Welcome back to Archie's Wings. Today we have someone very special on Archie's Wings. Today I would like to introduce to you Pradeep Panagoda. He is a maintenance engineer at Toronto Pearson International Airport. Pradeep, thank you for joining us at Archie's Wings today. Welcome.
Hi, Archie. Thanks for having me.
How long have you been part of Air Canada?
I started Canada 1998, so it's about 22 years now.
What exactly does your job involve?
Uh, I do all the maintenance for aircrafts and proper operation of the airplanes, safety of the airplanes, sort of things.
What other airlines do you work with?
I work these days. I work for a contract crew, they call it. So I do a lot of Etihad, Lufthansa, Turkish, PIA, pretty much all the Chinese carriers like Hainan, China Eastern, China Southern, Ukraine Airlines.
Those are very nice airlines.
Yes, they are.
Do you have a favorite plane and why?
Uh, I like all the airplanes, but I would say my favorite is Boeing 777. It's uh, it's a nice airplane, very reliable,
That's
and
my favorite airplane too.
oh, nice, oh, very nice. Yes, it's a very beautiful airplane. It works really nice for the passengers, and it's very easy to work on.
What is the biggest what is the biggest plane you work on?
Biggest plane, we used to have Boeing 747s at Air Canada sometime back. So I worked on them a lot, and then briefly on A380s, Emirates A380s when I was doing freelancing.
What kind of problems do you frequently fix in planes?
Oh, a lot of problems we fix. Most of the time, they come with, I don't know whether you know, status messages they call. While you're flying, you get in your screens, the pilots get to know these problems. And most of the time, we get those a lot because most of the time they're like nuisance messages, but we can go in and do a system test and clear them without doing a lot of work. So it's pretty much like you reset things in your computer and just like that, we just clear a lot of messages. They come a lot.
What is the biggest problem in a plane that you had to fix?
Biggest problem, quite a few things that in the sense of uh, the problem, sometimes they're not big problems, but it takes a lot of time to fix because of the troubleshooting time. So I remember we did the worst ones that we get most of the time is airframe vibrations. So that takes a long time to fix because it's hard to find what is vibrating. So
It
them and
weakens
sometimes
it weakens the airframe, right?
yes, you cannot have vibration for a long time, then it's gonna break apart. So to find what's vibrating, it takes long time. It takes few flights, test flights, and then we had to do a lot of inspections to find it. So that's kind of a big thing. And the other one, I would say, the pilots used to call it smell in the cabin, smell like dirty socks. That's the same they say. So if they write down in the logbook saying you have a dirty sock smell, that's a no-go for the airplane. So the airplane cannot go anywhere until we find what it is. Usually, dirty sock smell means they smell the burning engine oils in the cabin. So that is a tough one to find. Speaking. There are a lot of other things we have done, but some of them are like physically a big job, hardworking, like the engine changes, something like that. Other than others are like not hard work, but it's mentally challenging.
Interesting. How does one train for a position like yours?
Uh, there are a few ways to do, but the most thing I think the most important, you have to like it. If you don't like this aviation, it's very hard to do because main thing is that you do midnights. first 10, 15 years you have to work in the night. So a lot of people don't like to work in the night, but if you like the airplane, it compensates that. So you don't feel it when you come in the night every day something different. So you like it. And to be one of us, you have to go to school, get a degree, and then you have to work somewhere for a few years, get experience, and do the Transport Canada exams, and then you become a maintenance engineer. It's a long process, but it's interesting though.
Lots of hard work, right?
Yes.
What do you have to say about Air Canada's safety?
Uh, Air Canada is one of the safest airlines right now, and here at Air Canada, we never compromise safety for anything. So whatever comes, safety comes always, first and last. So since the time we walk into the hangar from the parking lot, it's always safety. First your own safety, and then your colleague safety, and then it comes the plane safety and the passengers. That's something that we don't look away.
They haven't had a big crash in a long time, right?
Touch wood, no. I think the last one was in 80s that ran off the runway in Toronto.
Hmm. What do you think Air Canada's next purchase will be?
Right now, I don't think they're going to buy anything with this pandemic and all the situation. But it seems like they're going towards Boeing products. So we have because 747 37 Max. Uh, the next new one, I don't know whether they're going to buy the 777X. That's the new one that they have. It might. I mean, I think it was going that way before the pandemic, but now I don't know. I cannot say are they going to buy any new planes or they're going to try to operate with the ones that we have. So I would say 777X if they go to buy anything.
Why does Air Canada not keep old planes like the 767, 747, and MD-80?
767, 47 we gave away long time ago because couple of reasons. One is as they get older, you need to do a lot of work on them, like a lot of maintenance work, a lot of checks, inspections. So it costs them a lot. Plus the weight of the airplane. All the airplanes are like all aluminum alloys, so and the metal, so they're very heavy. So they use a lot of fuel to fly. For a 1 hour, they use a lot of fuel, like 10 times more than a 787. So nobody want to spend too much money on the fuel. So that's where you make your money, right? So that's one of the reasons they don't want to use the old airplanes.
So they're trying to save a lot more money.
Not only the money, a lot more money, some same time environmental issues. So you don't want to burn more fuel and pollute the air. Plus, plus you cannot make much money when you spend too much money on the fuel
Mm.
and the maintenance. Of course, the parts are very rare now for the old airplanes. You cannot buy the parts right away. Most of them getting recycled or rebuilt. So you have to spend money on them. You have to wait for the parts to come, sometimes a couple of days. So airplanes not flying for a couple of days means you're losing a lot of money.
Mm. Which planes in all of Air Canada's fleet need the most maintenance?
You cannot say particular airplane type, but every airplane, if you don't do your regular maintenance, it will become a problem. So we try not to miss any regular maintenance, scheduled maintenance. As long as we do them, it's okay. But I would say every airplane has their own different problems. But as you walk along with these planes for few years, you get to know them. You can tackle them before it become a problem. So I think every airplane has pretty much the same amount of work. There's nothing you can say one is better, the other one is bad. So they have their own way of different problems for different type of airplanes.
So it depends on what the airplane has been doing, where
Yeah,
it's gone.
and
Okay.
how it's built and who built it. So they all come to effect. But right now, Boeing and Airbus, they both build beautiful airplanes, but they have their own plus and minuses. But But as the airline and as people who work with the airplanes, we kind of know what's going to be a problem. So before it becomes a problem, we try to fix them and keep it flying.
What are the top two engines?
Top two engines, my favorite is the G90, which is on Boeing 777. That's the biggest engine you have right now. And the other one is the Rolls-Royce Trent 700. That's the one on our Airbus A330s.
Okay.
Very reliable engines, yes.
When do planes first start requiring maintenance?
Planes first start require maintenance soon as they come out of the factory. You need to start doing your maintenance. That's how they build. So soon as it comes on going to service, you have to do a maintenance, start to do maintenance. And as they get older, it gets more and more. And if anything else other than the regular scheduled maintenance, then you have to do it. You cannot say it's not going to break right away. Even first flight, you can have problems. So we always try to find the problem before it become a problem.
What do you think about the 737 MAX?
737's always been a nice airplane because they have a lot of them flying around, up to 800 NGs. And Max is the newest airplane that they build on the same blueprint, but it's mostly composite materials, not like the ones before. It has nice engines. It's very powerful, one of those CFM engines. But the problems that we have right now is very unfortunate. I don't think it's a big problem, even because it happened twice, same problem. They had to ground the fleet. But personally, maintenance side, I don't think it's a big problem.
So do you do maintenance on Air Canada's 737 MAX 8s?
Me personally, no, because I'm not endorsed on that type. I got the other different types, so I haven't worked on it. But I have worked on the previous models on different airlines, like the Dash 600, 700, 800.
Which planes need more maintenance, Airbus or Boeing?
Like I said earlier, it's same. You cannot say this one needs more than the other one. If you don't take care of the airplane, yes, after a while you will get more maintenance. But if you're taking care of even the Boeing or Airbus, if you take care of your regular maintenance, I don't think it's going to be an issue for any airline.
Do you like Airbus or Boeing more, and why?
I used to like Boeing more because Boeing built very tough airplanes. They're rigid, they're stronger. But Airbus also stronger, but Airbus more into composites. So uh, it's a tough question because I do have both types. I do have Boeing products as my endorsements, like 777, 787, 767. Then I have Airbuses like A320 and A350. And A350 has been a really nice airplane so far. I haven't had many problems with that, and a very advanced airplane. So, so I kind of like both Boeings and Airbuses.
How is Toronto Pearson affected by COVID?
Uh, it's very bad. Every time I come here, I see a lot of planes on the ground, a lot of planes parked, and at the terminal, nobody hanging around at the terminal. Very few people going in and out. So it's affected a lot, and I have lost a lot of my friends for the layoffs and stuff like that. It's really affecting all.
This is the last question.
Mm.
What are some of the best places to see planes at Toronto Pearson?
Yeah, if you coming from outside, you can few places you can see. You can see from up from Airport Road. When you come down past Dairy, coming south, there is a gas station, Petro Canada. You can park that area. You're facing, I think, runway 23 there. So you can see takeoffs and landings sometimes. The other one is you can go to a cargo area. We have where you can have the public access. Uh, Sometimes you can go park there and watch closely taking off from I think 33 right or 33 left there runway. So you can. Those are the two good places where you can park and watch.
So that were all the questions. Thank you very much for a very informative interview. Thank you very much once again for coming to Archie's Wings and coming off your busy schedule to talk to us. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me to. I wish you all the best. Okay.